With me now is Mitchell Phillips from the University of South Australia. So, Mitchell, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, Tyson?
I'm fantastic. Good to be out of uni.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah.
So, did it, I haven't asked anyone this. Did it go fast? Did it feel like it went fast, the 4 years?
Everyone said it would go fast, but for me, it was a slow, painful drag. Yeah.
When I look back, it did go, I felt it went really fast, but
Okay.
the first year did drag on.
Yeah,
But
can't say I can relate with that. It's definitely a bit of a drag.
I
Yeah.
know. So, let's dive into these juicy questions. So,
Sure.
first question, where did you look for podiatry job opportunities? When you were searching around, were there certain places that you were looking at?
Initially, it was just online job search sites, so Seek, Indeed, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just to get a feel for the market and what I might be interested in finding in a business, see what's being offered and comparing that with other advertisements. Yeah, just initially. Um,
Okay.
so the vast majority of job opportunities came through our director of podiatry, and he would send out emails to the whole cohort, and they would come out weekly. It seemed like, yeah. So quite a few job opportunities there, which I think most people were searching through. Yeah.
Okay. So the podiatrist sent them to the director, and the director then forwarded them on to the students.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Did he filter through them at all, you think? Do you think he filtered through any of them
Um,
and discarded any, or just sent them all on?
I'm not sure. I think I had heard of one of my friends. He got offered a job at this place, and he asked the director, and he said, "Oh, I can't say anything good about them. I'd probably stay away from them."
Yeah.
So, and I didn't see a post from them. So maybe he did filter them through, but not that I've been explicitly told.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
Was there anything when you looked at when these job opportunities came through, was there anything that just jumped out at you that you went, oh no, that's a red flag. That is a real put off.
Yes. Most of them were being sent through us by the director.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time, it wasn't what was there, it was what wasn't there. And
Okay,
a lot
that's
of the
interesting.
time, yeah, it was just like a 4 dot point job advert. I want you to be hardworking, amicable with clients, this and that. And that was about it. And it was like, obviously, I need to
Yeah.
be amicable and hardworking. So it didn't really tell you much about the opportunity and how you'd fit in their business. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because there's too many podiatrists sitting there going, yeah, like I live in a box. I like to live in a dark room, and I hate people,
Yeah.
and I don't want to talk to anyone, and I'm lazy as.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
no
think
one's.
that's just pure
Yeah,
laziness.
it is.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think I've seen some ads where they state some things that are so obvious.
Hmm.
Yeah, want someone that wants to work within a team.
Yeah.
Seriously, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's great. It's as opposed to no, we want someone who's going to work by themselves as a new graduate.
Yeah.
and see nobody, which there are jobs like that too.
Yeah. And we saw many of them as well. Like, we want you to be in a team or want you to be self-sufficient, and even sometimes two in the same job advert, which is interesting.
But what do you think? I haven't asked anybody this question. What do you think when you saw an ad and it said,
Hmm.
we're looking for this job would suit an experienced podiatrist or new graduate? Did that seem confusing?
I don't think I ever saw one that exactly was that said that they usually said we're looking for an experienced podiatrist, but new grads are welcome
Oh, yeah.
to to apply, which I think initially puts you off anyways. I think I have seen different, actually, where I'm going to work, they had a new grad ad and then a senior pod ad separated, which told me that they are actively looking for new grads or a senior pod rather than picking whatever comes to them, if that makes sense.
Where'd you end up working? Are you staying in Adelaide or are you
Yeah.
traveling? Are you
Yeah.
staying in
So,
Adelaide?
yeah, I'm staying in Adelaide. I'm working at PodFit Adelaide.
Okay.
So you've previously had on Joe Kane. Yeah. So I'm going to work for him and Melissa Zachariah in the new year.
Okay.
So
I
pretty
think you'll
exciting.
have fun.
Yeah.
I think you'll
Yeah.
have a lot of fun there.
Yeah. I hope so.
Okay. So how many interviews did you have? Did you go for multiple interviews or was it the only one?
Just the one.
Just
Yeah.
the one and nailed it.
Yeah. Yes. Thankfully, put
Yeah.
in a lot of hard work throughout the year to show up to the clinic and do some observations and things like that.
Okay.
And that sort of put me in good stead.
So you sifted through different ads, then you actually did a placement with PodFit as well, and then you just had an idea what you're in for?
What brought me onto PodFit was I just looked around my local area on Google Maps for different podiatry practices and ones that suited the criteria that I wanted to work at.
Yeah.
And I simply just emailed Mel and asked her if I could come in and do some observations, see how the clinic runs. Because I saw on their website and their Instagram that they looked pretty progressive and really diligent in their online presence. And I just wanted to see if that sort of was true. So I did some observations and went in every month to do about, I think it was an hour session, just going through how to navigate your way through the workforce and what to look for when going to interviews and things like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just got a good vibe from them and really wanted to work there. So
Well, that,
that's
and
how.
Joe's very active on
Yeah,
social
absolutely.
media.
Yeah.
If you want to know what he's like, just watch some of his videos. You get a rough idea what he's like.
Yeah.
He's a good laugh. And
Yeah,
so,
it's good.
yeah, and he's come up here. We've had burgers and cans, so it's been fantastic.
Oh, okay.
So you didn't reject any offers. That's fine. And you
Yeah.
pretty much answered the question why you chose to work there because it seemed to be a good fit for you.
Yeah.
So what aspects of podiatry did you actually like the most? What parts of podiatry do you enjoy?
So I love biomechanics and sports, that side of podiatry. That was initially one of my main criteria really when looking for a practice. I wanted
Yeah.
the practice to be servicing clients that with sporting backgrounds and biomechanics issues. And luckily enough, PodFit's one of the few practices around my area which is biomechanics focused, and I just hunted them down really and made them hire me almost.
I think there's more and more practices like that, and I've been saying it for years that should be focusing on certain parts of podiatry they really love
Yeah,
and making that the primary thing that they do. And they build the practice around it. And if you build your practice around the things you love doing, you will attract other podiatrists that also
absolutely.
love doing that. And then I think these will be the practices like PodFit that will really do well in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was another thing I could tell that they were looking to grow and wanted and they were investing in themselves to attract people like me who wanted to go work for them.
Mm.
So yeah, I just felt like it was a great fit. Yeah.
Okay, here's the last question. Was
Mhm.
money a factor?
For me, money is a factor, but when searching for PodFit, it was not because
Okay.
I was willing to take less pay to work at a place like that, even though they paid me, I think, above average.
Yeah.
But if they were to pay me less, I would still take it. Yeah.
Oh, it's good. You'll be started before Joe hears this and starts reducing your pay.
Yeah.
Which
But yeah, it wasn't about the money for me with PodFit. If I didn't land the job, then it would have been. But because I wanted to work at PodFit so bad and I wanted to be involved in sports and biomechanics, and I think that was beneficial for my career,
yeah.
I was willing to take that loss even though I didn't have to. So
No, that's music to my ears. And I've been saying it
yeah.
to people for ages. If you have a really good position,
Hmm.
you will attract the right person and they will give up. They'll say no to other jobs that could probably pay them more
Yeah.
if they're actually working in a culture and an environment that
Yeah.
really suits them and what it is. And they know they're going to learn something there over a couple of years.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that was the thing. What I would learn in the years that I'm there will pay dividends later in my career.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so this isn't a question, this is a final comment.
Hmm.
If there's an employer listening to this, which I reckon there will be thousands of employers, or actually, there'll be hundreds of employers listening to this episode because it'll
Yeah.
only be the good ones.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is something that future students listening to this episode, first question you should ask a person when you go and do the interview go, oh, by the way, do you listen to the Podiatry Legends podcast? If they say no, there's a red flag.
Yeah.
Anyway, so anyone listening to this now, they know that we're not talking about them, we're talking about the other people. So
Sure.
do you have any final comments? If there's an employer listening to this now, that you could give them some advice that might help them find students in the future?
I think now it's more important to have a presentable online presence in terms of Instagram, your website, that really shows what your clinic's about and will attract people like myself who are doing the extra research to go investigate further. Because if it wasn't for the PodFit Instagram or the PodFit website, I probably wouldn't have been so keen. I still would have contacted them, but I contacted them in like March. So I
Yeah.
really got ahead and was really proactive about it. So I think online presence is important. And I think just more than 4 dot points for your job ad. But I guess if only the good business watching this, they won't have to worry about that.
Yeah, no, they won't worry about that part. But I think that's actually a really good tip from about the whole online presence. So,
Yeah.
Mitchell, I want to thank you for coming on the Podiatry Legends podcast, sharing your insights or what you went through on how I chose my employer. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, see ya.
See you later.